Here we go. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Undergrad Forum. Now, today's episode is going to be a follow-up to what you guys saw a few months ago, and I have with me Aimee Lee once again. We saw Aimee a couple months ago before she took her MCAT. We were talking about prep, what she was doing for studying. Now she's taken it so we can get, good insight now because it's fresh in her memory. So, Aimee, when did you take the MCAT?
September 11th.
What a great day to take it. I don't know if it's good or bad luck. But oh well,
Yeah.
but you're still alive, so that's good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now Aimee's a grown-up because she's taken her first medical exam. Welcome to the club. All right, Aimee, so you took the exam. What's like your first impression? How did it go? What did you think? Give us a little synopsis.
I think content-wise it was okay as long as you review your material. I mean, you've learned everything like for the past like several years in college, so it's nothing that's like really surprising.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the only thing to get used to is being able to recognize like unexpected situations and apply information that you've learned to that.
I see. Rolling with the punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people say, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it?
Well, let's see.
Imagine you were in like a third year thinking, I'm going to take the MCAT. Aimee, tell me more.
Well,
and project the people. Last time you guys complained you couldn't hear Aimee. I don't know, Aimee.
Okay, I think I'm projecting
a little
now.
louder, if you could. A little
okay.
Louder, yeah.
Let's see. Another thing, for me personally, I have really bad test anxiety, and so I guess for like the month before that, I tried really hard to like work out, get enough sleep, eat right, and give myself adequate breaks in between studying because I think just studying for straight through was really, really bad. And let's see, it was more of a test on like I'd say logic, or I don't want to say just logic, but besides the content, it was just like how well could you think on your feet. Again, like knowing what to do in unexpected situations that are given to you, and knowing that you have a limited amount of time. So you really have to keep your calm and just stay confident and just go through with it. And I think that's the only thing.
I think one key point you mentioned though is thinking on your feet, because a lot of times we'll do practice questions, we'll study material, and we'll think, oh, this is what we're going to see. But on any standardized exam, even like now that I'm preparing for step 1, everyone keeps telling me you need to be able to think on your feet.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that was like a major part of the exam?
Yes.
Really? That was a major part? I forgot what the test was like. So.
Well, obviously, like they're always going to give you a question that you've like, or a situation you've never encountered before. But like, if you read it carefully and you take the time to actually read the passage, I think that was another important thing: reading the passage carefully. If you did that and kind of just kept in mind what you've already learned about the subject or like the main concept at hand, then you were able to do the questions well.
Wonderful.
And all that, yeah.
All right, so let's break it down to topic and topic. First one, let's talk about test anxiety. I had that horribly. Break down the test. What was the test like? Because you get a break after every block.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So how did you deal with test anxiety in the morning? How did you like deal with it going to the test center? What did you do during your breaks? Like, give us the logistics and what was it like? Did they fingerprint you? Did they take snapshots?
Yeah,
give us the details, the nitty gritty.
My the security portion of it, like getting your fingerprint and your picture, whatever, all that taken, it was pretty casual for my testing center.
So let them know. So to enter the testing area, you have to get a fingerprint scan and they take like a picture of you with a webcam.
Yeah.
Okay, so people don't know this. You gotta tell them, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what they do. That's how you get in. That spooked me out because I felt like I was in prison or something. So I didn't like that. But apparently Aimee kept cool. So take us in the morning. So you woke up. What did you do the morning of the exam?
I woke up and I
fully refreshed, right? With a good 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep the night before?
I just slept. Well, that's why I had an afternoon exam, so that I could sleep in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Smart. Okay.
But it depends because I know some people who work better like early in the morning. You know, so it just depends on like if you know yourself best. So, choose a day and a time where you think you'll be most alert and awake.
Okay.
Well, I woke up, I had breakfast, and then I went for a swim. Just because I was swimming for like the month before, and it made me feel better.
That's good.
And then I ate lunch. And I also packed a lot of food for the exam. And my locker was literally like stuffed.
Really?
And some people just brought like Gatorade.
Yeah, that's what I did.
I brought like
How
food.
big's your locker? Tell people so you can plan it.
It's like, it's really small. It's like a little cube.
Yeah.
Probably like about a foot in dimension.
Sure.
It's just really small.
Yeah, it's pretty small. You can't put a whole bag in there.
Yeah. And if you put a whole bag in and you try to find and reach for stuff, like they'll get suspicious because that's what happened to me too.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They were like, you have to take your lunch bag out of the locker first, and I was like, okay.
Jesus. Actually, when you did the whole fingerprint scan, did they make you put your pockets inside out?
Yeah, but I didn't have pockets.
Yeah, see,
so.
I didn't like that. I felt very weird when they did that to me. See, these kind of things I wish I would have known because they made me feel super weird. Like,
I mean, it's only weird if you think of it as a big deal. It's not a big deal.
Well, I just didn't expect it was a thing.
Oh,
I just thought I was gonna walk in, take the test, and they're like holding me up.
Well, just expect to be like really tight.
TSA style, all right?
Yeah.
Like you've been stopped with like a metal thing in your pocket. They're taking you in the back. That's the MCAT. All right, let's go. So you were swimming, then what? You stuffed a ton of food in your thing.
Yeah, and for every break I ate and drank water, went to the bathroom.
So you took every break?
Yeah.
Okay, you took every break, all right.
Yeah. And I recommend that everyone should take a break just because, it's valuable. At least to me it was. And I knew that there were people who were just like not even taking breaks. They just like went straight through and
gunned through.
Finished early. Yeah.
So
not sure how they did, but it depends on each person,
But then I'm assuming those people when they were studying, they didn't take breaks. They probably set up for that style.
Maybe.
Did you take breaks did you try to imitate your test? Okay.
I did.
So that's advice for these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Common sense now, but in hindsight, everything's easy.
Yeah. I tried to study at the library, at public libraries, but public libraries can be a little loud. So I had a little bit of trouble, but it was okay. Overall, it was fine.
Okay. So you imitated your study methods to the test.
Yeah, you want to try to study, or when you take like the practice exams, you want to try to kind of put yourself in a new environment, or like in some sort of testing environment.
Point,
yeah, because I figured like after studying at home for a while, it just kind of got really comfortable, and I noticed that I kind of would slack off or like not pay attention as well. So it was different. You want to be in a different environment.
Sure. And so can you bring a watch into the test room?
No.
No watches. Can you bring in your own earplugs?
Yes, but they can't have any wires or anything hanging out.
You could be really smart and put them inside and hide in like a transmitter. I don't know how that would work. Like, I don't know what they're afraid of. Like, what are we going to do? Like, get answers to a test we don't even know the questions for?
Well, it could happen.
How are we going to get the questions? I would be impressed if you knew how to do that. you deserve a good score if you can figure that out. You got to admit. Okay, so you can bring your own earplugs. Can you bring anything else in there? Do they give you scratch paper and stuff, or is it a whiteboard?
Yeah, they give you scratch paper.
They give you scratch. Is it paper and pencil or?
Yeah, paper and pencil.
Okay, so I think on step 1 they're telling me it's a whiteboard. I get like a little. It's weird. I don't like whiteboard.
I guess they just want to save paper now.
Sure. Smart, Aimee. Green. Okay, so you took the test. You had breaks. What kind of food did you eat? People want to know these things. Like, were you high in carbs, high in fat, high in protein?
Yeah, high in carbs and protein. Because I don't eat much meat, and I guess you need protein to just to have like a lot of energy, and I guess for me personally, like that's what I needed. Like I knew what I needed, so that's what I packed more. I had leftover Korean barbecue, so that's what I packed.
That's actually really smart. Rice, rice and meat.
Yeah,
that's real smart. Actually, I was really picky. I had Gatorade. I don't know why, because I think I liked it at the time. And then I had sourdough bread because I really enjoyed the taste of sourdough bread. That was my carb. And then for my protein, I think I had these like workout like bars that one of my professors told me to get because they had like 24 grams of protein. In hindsight, probably would have been better to eat natural food, but that was just a quick eat. I think that's why she recommended it. I wouldn't recommend that style. It was a bit weird. It's not normal to eat like bars and bread, and I didn't feel great.
Just have like something that's similar to a meal. Just have something homemade and bring it.
Yeah, don't do what I did. Listen, do it. That's actually smart. I wish I would have been more logical in my ways. All right, so you're taking each test. Okay, so you're taking the test, and you're going through sections. What did you do during the breaks? Did you do cartwheels outside? Did
No.
you sing? Did you dance? Did you just sit there stare at a wall? What did you do?
I wish. I wish I could sing and dance.
Yeah.
I just went to the bathroom and then went to eat my
Yeah,
food
eat
because
the
there was so much food.
How long is the break?
10 minutes.
Not a lot of time.
Yeah.
No goofing off. Seriously, like you have to be efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually went to the bathroom every break.
I don't blame you. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want distraction.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard this. This is actually I heard on a medical school podcast that if you were to eat a salt-heavy food, you could because then you'll retain water. You won't have to go to the bathroom as much. So like if you have a long exam, be it at school or a standardized exam, you can eat like a little bit more salt-heavy in the morning and prevent yourself from having to go to the bathroom. Try it on your practice test. Don't try it on the real test and find out like it doesn't work. But try it on practice. I do that now and I kind of like it.
Yeah.
So this morning I had a 4-hour exam and I only got up once. After I took the test once and I just went and then I kind of backed my review.
It's good.
Other people getting up all the time. And because I like that intense focus without being distracted by I gotta go to the bathroom. Right? So try it if you like. You don't have to eat salt if you don't want to and get hypertension.
Yeah, definitely try different methods when you're doing the practice exams.
That's your time.
Because everybody has different, ways of dealing with certain things, and everyone's different. So one person's method might not be the right method for you. So, come up with something that works.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Okay, so this is the logistics video. Let's finish logistics. So you're eating, you're taking your test. How did you keep your cool during the exam? Did you do some kind of like mantra or ritual before each section? I did actually. Don't laugh about that, man. I did that. I'm serious. I'll tell you what I did. You can tell me what you did.
Okay.
So before every section, I heard this thing where like I would these are my feet, and I would like curl in my toes and like tense my muscles for like 10 seconds, and then I would relax. It kind of gives you the feeling of, oh, I feel better. I don't know. It works. I don't know. Or you can hold your breath. You can take a slow, deep breath in, hold it for 5 seconds, and let it slowly out. Race car drivers do this to keep their cool. And you can kind of do this a few times to relax. I did things like that before every section because I knew I was kind of like a little scramble-minded during the break and like quickly get in 10 minutes. That's what I did. It sounds a little goofy, but it worked. What'd you do?
Yeah, before
Did you say, yeah, it's goofy?
Huh?
Did you just agree to my goofy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before each section, I just took deep breaths, tried to meditate for like just, 30 seconds to a minute before actually like being
Clicking
ready.
next.
Yeah. Let's see, what else? I mean, there were some questions that threw me off, obviously. But with those questions, you really just have to try your best, because you can't expect it to be like super easy, then obviously no one's gonna.
It's not supposed to be an easy exam. Yeah. You're supposed to like weed out people. Yeah.
Yeah, so expect it to be a difficult exam, but also don't beat yourself up over like one question or something.
Good point. Yeah.
Because you could spend a lot of time on like just one question when you could easily just get points for like other questions. So just move on.
Absolutely.
Maybe mark it. You're able to mark questions and go back to it later if you have extra time.
That's a real good point. That's a good strategy on any exam. Actually, this morning, one of the faculty mentioned, if you see a hard test, don't waste time on it. Just come back later. Because if it's a hard question, you're probably not going to get it right anyways. Better to quickly look at it at the end. Put your money where your time is, and that's on a question you can answer. All right, so you took the test. What else logistics-wise do we have? You can highlight, right?
Yeah, but then the highlights disappear if you go to like another passage.
Yeah, worthless.
Yeah, it's kind of worthless.
Just don't practice highlighting.
I feel that highlighting, especially during the verbal section, takes a lot of time. And for verbal, like I found out that I was strapped for time.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Because I tried to invest more of my time in reading the passage carefully.
Good point, yeah.
Yes, because if you just get through the passage really quickly and then like you might not like do well on the questions.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because the questions are really focused in on the passage itself. So
absolutely.
It's hard. It's a time management test too.
So starting off, I'm going to imagine you weren't scoring 44s when you first started the test.
No.
Yeah, no one does, yeah. So how did you deal with the fact that like when everyone starts off, no one starts off doing well. And then like over time, you get used to the fact that you're preparing just for one specific thing, and then you start doing well. How did you kind of deal with that progression? Because at first it can be kind of upsetting.
Yeah. Obviously, if you take the courses, the prep courses, they'll have diagnostics and practice exams, and you'll do it, and it ends up being like really bad.
Yeah. And I think they give you a harder exam. So
They do.
yeah.
They
So you
actually
end up
do.
buying their course.
Yeah, they actually do, because I would say that compared to the actual MCAT, like the diagnostics that the prep courses gave were actually really tough.
Who'd you take?
Kaplan.
Okay, so Kaplan's diagnostics harder than the real MCAT. I mean, that's a quote from Aimee Lee. If she's wrong, you can sue her. Sorry, I keep picking the table. Sorry, guys.
Let's see. Well, after taking diagnostic, at least you can try to get an idea of where you're weak in,
Absolutely.
you know, what areas you need to work on, or just to read and study more. So I figured out my weaknesses, and it worked really well. I knew that my weakness was in like the physical sciences, and I worked at it, and it actually ended up being like, you know, one of my good scores. So
Sure, yeah.
it really just takes practice. You just have to keep getting used to the test environment, but you also want to, I mean, the other half of it is obviously learning or relearning like the material really well. And then the other half of it is like mentality, time management, um, you know, physical health,
Yeah,
all
exactly.
of that.
So it's not all about just knowing the content. You are preparing to take a very specific test. That's what you're preparing for. If you just got all A's in the classes, that by no you probably won't even do well in the MCAT. You have to prepare for the test. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not all about knowledge. Balance, work, time management, healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a well-rounded exam for a well-rounded person. And that could be their new trademark. Okay, Aimee, any final words for our viewers here? This video is getting a bit long, and people don't like long videos. I don't know why.
Okay, good luck to anyone who's taking it. There's not going to be a writing section the next year.
That's true.
So
It was a waste of time anyways. It was just a break before bio.
Actually, yeah, it was a nice break, actually. It was really nice. It was my favorite part, because
Yeah.
it was like an hour break.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's it?
Mhm.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let's thank Aimee again for being one of our, what is this, co-hosts? I don't know. Anyways, all right, guys, thanks as always, and hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments below, and as always, enjoy your studies.